Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and I am continuing my solo series for The Missing Expedition. We are now in Chapter 4, which means we are now only a few games away from actually completing this little mini-series. But for Chapter 4, there's a couple things I need to go back from Chapter 3 on. After my decisions, I was able to unlock the card 16, so event 16 with the little heart, so let's go ahead and read that. As twilight falls on the evening meal, the camp cook approaches you, looking somewhat embarrassed. Raising his voice just enough for everyone to hear, he says, "We know it was hard on you when Antoinette left, and, well, we just wanted you to know that wherever you lead, we're behind you. Your team presents you with a thoughtful gift. Yay!" And that starts on the bottom of my deck. A thoughtful gift, which is nice. That's a nice team. They're not going to abandon me. I can exile this card and discard a card to gain an item to my hand, which is actually quite nice. I don't have that right now, but might be very handy, like, because there's the wicker cart out, but that depends on if I'm going to be defeating a lot of guardians. Other than that, we are on to Chapter 4. You make your camp on the beach, near a cliffside temple. According to glyphs in the tunnels, the ancients called this place the Temple of Tides. Kutil's tracks lead down the beach toward the temple. No tracks lead back. You look to your tracker for encouragement, but your tracker is grim. Kutil has been in sight for more than a day. If he did not find another way out, if he is alive, he needs your help. And so you prepare your team to enter the temple, taking the time to enumerate every detail of your plan, occupying their minds so they will not ponder the question that is filling your soul with deep misgivings. Why was this temple designed to be accessible only at low tide? Snake Temple of the board, so that's all set up. The moment is finally right. With resolution, you lead your team out onto the beach and down the slope of wet sand. As you approach the door to the temple, a voice rings out from the edge of the forest. "Wait! I wish to go with you!" Turning, you see a familiar figure from your expedition, one of those who left with Antoinette. "Professor Kutil was my teacher. If he is indeed alive..." The figure remains hesitantly among the foliage. You tell your new assistant to come and be quick about it. Time and tide will not wait. So I actually don't start with the usual goods. It's actually an idol and one assistant chosen from the three that were not there. So the one I chose is this guy. So he can give me a tablet or use a car. And then we have high ground. So that basically has these guardian tiles in the middle. And then the two locations, which we know what they are because it tells us. On this one is the crashed plane, and this one is the white tree. So I cannot discover or dig at these sites. However, if the campsites ever become flooded, I will reveal these two sites, and they will count as both a camp and a level 1 site. Then there is an Antoinette's camp, so she's actually not going to be dealing with the temple at all. And one of the tiles is actually removed from her stack, so she only has 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She only has 9 tokens. But Antoinette's people seem focused on relocating their camp to higher ground. Whenever your rival would research, she takes all the items from the card row instead, placing them on her board. So, yeah, she's going to get quite a few points. Also, for the record, in Chapter 3, I forgot to give myself points for my idol location, so I won 104 to 82. Yeah. Research track. Or not the research track. It gets no research bonus tiles. And there is the Chapter 4 overlay, which will let me draw these encounter cards. Basically, if I get my own journal up there, but there's one spot, which is over here. Or not my journal, my magnifying glass. The rest is if I get my journal there. So I'm guessing, yep, I need to explore the temple and collect all 4 cards. Other than that, it's Lairs in the Deep, have 4 guardians with spent or unspent boons, and Swift Rescue advanced Kutil's thing to the temple before the end of the 4th round. So, there is foreknowledge. Kutil's pilot has some notes on what Kutil expected to find. So my notes actually start on row 3, but it's still limited. It can't. It basically starts there, but I can't move it. If I was the journalist, I would once I got my magnifying glass on the same spot. But yeah, basically I have to move my magnifying glass as normal, but at least my journal gets a head start there. So it's only actually a couple spots away. The stone doorway slides aside. A trickle of water seeps in. With squelching boots, you make a rather sloppy entrance into the glorious Temple of the Tides. As soon as you are all inside, the door shuts behind you. A locking mechanism slides into place, and the water around your feet begins to rise. So, rising tide. The water is rising. You must be swift. But which way? Which way? So, there is a wave tile on the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 7th rows. Place the tile tied on the supply board under the magnifying glasses. Oh, under the magnifying glasses. Under... Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Your notebook, the water will rise to the next marked row at the end of each round. If your magnifying glass is not above the tide tile, you lose immediately. Okay. At the end of each round. So... Okay. So that would be... So basically I have to just be ahead of that. Alright. Your notebook is allowed to be underwater, but you want to at least keep it floating on the tide. If it is below the tide's tile row, gain a fear for each row that you would need to advance to get it to the tide tile. Check for this at the end of the round after the tide has risen, including at the end of round 5. So basically it can be on the tile, but if it's underneath it, at the end of the round I would gain 1. So basically just get both. Get both as high as possible. A sound from the shadows distracts you from your panic. You raise a hand to silence your companions. Yes, there it is. A feeble, rhythmic tapping coming from the levels above. The rhythm is one you recognize. Someone is tapping an SOS. I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. Kutil is alive! Once again, he is guiding your path. You resolve to reach him before the waters do. So, the assistant rescue space has a randomly chosen assistant, and it also has an archaeologist who is Professor Kutil. That's this guy. When you reach the assistant rescue space, even with the notebook, read hidden text 485. From then on, you may use research actions to advance a Kutil figure instead of a research token. This does not trigger any rewards. It is a cost you may pay to save Kutil. The figure does not block a space at the top of the temple. Kutil's archaeologist figure must remain above the tide tile or else you lose immediately. And then there's a tide chart. So at the end of round 1, I will move the tide tile up to cover the first row of the research track. And then there's coastal flooding starting on round 2. At the end of round 2, move the tide tile to the second row. Use the supply board to flood all the sites afterwards. They are no longer available. Flip the crash plane and white tree sites and their guardians over. Those sites are now available and guarded by their guardians. They will count as both camps and level 1 sites for the rest of the game. And read hidden text 43. So, a lot of stuff going on in here. Basically, I lose immediately for 2 ways. If the tide tile, which again is this, ever hits Kutil, then he loses, or then I lose. Well, he loses because he dies. And if my magnifying glass is ever below it, if it's ever not above the tide tile, then I lose. So, I have chosen to play as the Falconer, and the Falconer has this bird token that advances at the beginning of every round, and I can also advance it. I can choose to send it back to get the benefit. So the benefit could be a coin, it could be a tablet and a plane, it could be activating a level 1 site, or it could be activating a level 2 site. So probably not the best person to have, but Yeah, so I have to collect all 4 event cards. I need to have 4 guardians, regardless of if their boons are spent, or get Kutil's token to the end of the round. All right, and I have 1 idol. So starting with me, I'm gonna keep this here just to know what's happening. So basically, after that is interesting. Yeah, basically after round 2, at the end of round 2, I'm basically lifting this entire board and covering all those campsites, so I should probably go there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use that fear. So what do I need to move up? I can actually get quite a bit of stuff. So my falcon moves forward. Okay. This is going to be neat. This is going to be a lot of... so my fear is going to... Yeah, I need to start really, really moving up. So I think... Wow. This one sounds like it's going to be rough. So I'm going to use my guy to get a tablet, because I'm going to need a tablet. Then I think I am going to use my falconry, because it's an instant action, to move my bird. And I'm actually going to use my bird to get another tablet, and use a plane to go somewhere. And I think the plane I will use, so actually I'm not using the fear card yet. Use that plane to go here. And I will discard a card to get a ruby. Alright, their turn. They're going there. That kind of sucks. But that's alright. Then for free action, I'll use my tracking to get a compass, and I will now immediately use that compass and the 2 tablets to move my move my compass up right there, which will get me a coin. Yeah, that's what I will do. Oh, visiting a location already, in round 1, so it's gonna be this one. And that one is unique to someone they don't have, so it's going to be that right there. Okay, an arrowhead and a compass, that's pretty good. Ooh, I see now why I started with an idol. The idol is going to move my journal up. Okay. Let's see. So I would like another tablet. I don't have, I have a way to get some for free, but I'd like to hold on to that idol. So I think I'm actually, in case until they go to research, because I'd like one of these at least, I'm going to spend this gold and actually get the gold pan. But yeah, them just dumping all of that and actually keeping it. Ooh, the horse is good. But, alright, they're... Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Because I just need one more tablet. And what's gain an item and place it on the top of your deck? The monkey medallion. I need to aim to get... My goal is to actually... I don't plan on doing guardian stuff. These 2 I'll do, but the wicker cart is not something. Now the steamboat would be really nice, but now I can actually use my falcon. So the Antoinette going and looking at location is going to be really good for me if I can just advance my bird a lot. Let's see. So going to I'm not going to be able to do much anyway, so I will spend these 2 to go there and get the 2 tablets. And they're just going to go to that. And now I will spend a tablet and that ruby to move up there, which will get me 2 coins. And they're going to get the item that's worth the most, which is the steamboat. Yeah, if I actually went to the tablet spot, I would have saved a card, I could have saved the one that got me money, which I could have gotten the steamboat after that, but oh well. I didn't do that. Now that's not bad. The machete, but I don't have any money. I could get the parrot. I actually am. I'm going to spend 2 and get this parrot because it looks like going up this track requires a lot of rubies, and this could be a way for me to get that. So we're already trying to get some items here. And the watch. Oh. Yeah, the watch is weird because it's like it's 2 coins for free, or you can pass to gain 3 coins. I don't find that that good. Okay, getting an artifact. That is gonna go like so. Pedestal. Remove one of your idols, slotted idols from the game to gain 3 money. No, thank you. Then they're going to the coin. I'm passing, by the way. And then now they're gonna research. So when they research, I guess they just get all of this. I mean, so it'll be diminishing returns. Luckily, I mean, they just got 5 points, but they'll eventually run out of items to grab. So then we have a little monkey. We have iron rations. Professor Kutil's diary. Professor, I have your diary. It says you think that I'm way the cutest. And then they're gonna get a person. They're gonna... Oh no! Our bodyguard guy. And last, they're going to the ruby spot. I'm not even gonna place their thing there. So that'll be that. Then we return everyone. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's nice they're not getting rid of guardians. And then, yeah, shuffle all cards. Whoops. Refresh assistance. Pass the first player marker that I have not gotten out yet. Okay, put these on the bottom and draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be a good hand, I think. Then this one. So at the end of round 1, I will move the tile tied up to cover the first row of the research track. So right there. So that's what that is, to showcase. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that first round. So that's exiled, the little monkey's exiled. And that's moving there, so they're not getting as much. Star charts, pay money to the pay a coin to activate any 2 different campsites. Oh, that'd be good for literally any other chapter. Okay. And then the fear, use any one of the idle slots effects printed on your board. That's also not bad. So that was the end of the round. My notebook isn't underwater. My magnifying glass is above the tide tile, and Professor Kutil. Yeah, basically it's kind of all the research track this time around. Okay. That's really good. But they're going first. And hopefully they just don't take all the items, because I have my thoughtful gift now. And is there anything here? The Professor's Diary, choose 1, 2, or all 3 of those. Depending on whether my... Oh, that's really good, actually, because it starts on the 3rd one. Please, for the love of God, do not research first. I will be so sad. Alright. Okay, whew, they're not. They are not. They're just going there. So, I am going to... Yes, use my thoughtful gift, so I'm going to exile the thoughtful gift and discard a fear to gain an item to my hand. Now I considered the army belt, because that lets me get an item for 2 less and draw a card and unexhaust. That actually might be better. Is that better? I think it is, actually. Because it lets me draw get an item for 2 less, which could make it free. Yeah, the army belt in this case is just going to be a better option. And the goat. Okay, so that was my turn. And they're going to go to the gold area. So I really need to start pushing that up. I do have a way to get a ruby. But so the first things first, I'm going to use my assistant. And then I'm going to play my... Oh, actually, play my army belt. Make Professor Kutil's diary cheaper. And then I will draw a card. Nice. And I can unexhaust him, which I will then use to get another tablet. Then they're going to go to the compass spot. So now I'm going to use my parrot to discard this card to get a ruby. And it's their turn. Okay, they're going to research. So they're going to get this one, that one. So still 5 points. So they've gotten 10 points off the research. And what do we have now? We have coffee, gain a compass, and unexhaust your guy. An ostrich lets you draw a card. The hand lens, choose 1, 2, or 3, draw a card. Oh, that's really good, depending on whether you're... Oh, it's basically the same thing except for the diary, or except for the magnifying glass. Oh, but a little bit better, because that's or a little worse. Because if it's on the 2, 4, or 7 row, which I'm on the 2nd, but it needs to be above. So I do need to move that. Gonna use my gold pan for free to get 2 coins. And I think for the coin and the ruby, I'm going to move up, which lets me have an encounter. A little swim. I mean, we're essentially spelunking at this point, trying to swim through a cave. I'd rather literally do anything else. At first, you were wading away. Now you are swimming. Roots overhead drip at fragrant substance into the water. Something gleams below. Perhaps you should dive. The current is carrying you past. Make a decision. So I can collect the substance, which will be an idol. I only need... No, I'll need 2 idols. That's what I'm going to do. The other one is I could use a boat and dive for treasure and get 3 coins. I do not have a boat anyway, but I could hold on to that one. But no, getting I think it's any random idol, so I need to find it, which could still be a good benefit. It is a trade. I can do a trade, which I think I will, actually. I have enough tablets to do a trade and get that. And that is my 2nd idol, which is really good now because I can actually jump both of those up. And then get my 2nd person. That will actually be pretty good. Oh, they also are getting rid of this person whenever they researched. And now, ooh, activating, go into a 2nd spot with a guardian. So they're going to go here, which will go right there. And 2nd location. Oh, nice. Ruby and guardian. And at the end of this round, coastal flooding will happen, so no campsites will be here, and then these will activate. All right, so, yes, that sounds pretty hot, I think. I do need to go somewhere. So let's actually just use these idols. Gonna spend this idol to move up here, which gets me this person. That gives me a boat, actually. Yay! And gonna get the artifact that costs the most. slide that down. And it is a Rod of Division. Draw 2 cards. You may discard one of the drawn cards to exile a card and gain a coin. That's pretty good. And I'm just going to use these idols so now I can get my journal up, which will let me turn any of these into... Funny enough, I got like the tablet I want to keep, so I'm actually going to flip her to her other side. But before I do that, I am actually going to use her ability to trade a tablet into a arrowhead, and then I will flip her so she'll be readied. Yeah. Go into the arrowhead spot. Still haven't placed any of my workers, so what do I need? I could do the 2 arrowheads. You know, I think I will. Do I move my compass up? I get something if he gets to the temple before the end of the 4th round. So I could really try and rush him up there. But also if he's below... Oh no, if that touches him. So I will need to move him before, because it'll jump... At the end of the 3rd round, it moves up to the 4th row, so it starts really, really rapidly approaching. Okay. So I do need to go somewhere. I can consistently get... Actually, so what I'm going to do, because I can use a boat as a footprint, I could go get more tablets. Actually, I'm going to use her, now that she's upgraded, to get a compass and use a boat. And I'm actually going to go right there to get another compass and an arrowhead. And going right there. So now I can do my funding. So I'm going to spend 2 arrowheads to actually move my compass up there, which will let me draw another encounter. Alluring Waters. There we are. Your tracker shows many guardians have been drawn to these waters, but none have stopped to drink. So I could collect a sample and just draw a card. Or I can pay a boot to relocate and place a worker to a campsite and activate it. And that could be done at any time. Do I care about any of these? If I do the one that backtracks, I can actually get another card, which would be card 15. But if I do the other one, I'll also unlock something, because it'll be the second one I got. It's like a teardrop symbol. Let's see. To relocate a placed worker to a camp, but the campsites are basically going to be gone, so it's like, do I just do that now? Do I relocate that one to any of those down there? And the problem is I have to pay a boot to do that. Oh, I forgot to advance my bird. You know, okay, this is going to be a little wacky, but I actually might. I'm going to hold on to this to backtrack, and I'll probably use it this turn. So that was my action, and then they're getting an item that's worth the most, but it's going to be the rightmost first aid kit. A cat. Gain a coin, you may activate an occupied campsite, so pretty much just these 2. Okay, so this could be really neat. I'm going to spend 2 compasses to get the cursed idol, which is going to get me a fear, but I can use any idol slot effects printed on my board, which I'm going to use to draw a card. Perfect. That was that. That was my turn. Oh, they're done. So then I'm now going to use the Alluring Waters to pay that boat as a boot to relocate a place worker to a campsite and activate it. And we're going to go there, and I'm going to discard this card to get a ruby. Yeah. To get a ruby. So that was that. That was the other location, or the other side. And then we are going to spend my tablet and a ruby to advance. Yeah, we're going to advance my journal right there, which will be the third one. A way up. Above the portal, the inscription reads, "Soar as the bird, God's gaze above you. The statue's wings invite you to climb, but is there a warning in its fearsome visage? A warning in its fearsome visage. So I can climb the statue, which will give me a fear and 2 compasses. Or I can spend 2 boots to activate a location. I think I'm going to gain a fear and 2 compasses. But that is my third out of the 4 events. So once I get my compass here, then I will get a card. But that will also generate me a fear. And then I do need to send my person somewhere. So this might be a waste, but I'm going to send my bird back to gain a coin. And then I am going to spend the 2 coins to hire a pilot, because I have this worker, and I definitely don't want to waste that. So I'm going to send them, basically the only place I can send them, which is here, which will get me an arrowhead and another compass. And actually, I don't need many arrowheads left, so I'm going to spend these 2 arrowheads to move Professor Kutil up. Yeah. Alright. Badass. And the rest I'm just going to need a bunch of tablets. So now I'm gonna pass. Refresh my 2 workers. Shuffle these. Or refresh my 2 assistants. I'm pretty proud of all that. That was pretty badass. Oh, and actually I'll get another arrowhead to use for the upcoming thing, but I will be the first player also, but I might have a shit hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And getting our people back. And I'll just go ahead and advance my bird because it happens at the start of every round. At the end of round 2, coastal flooding. So I moved the tide tile to the 2nd, so that's now there. It'll jump up there at the end of round 3. And then this, so this is kind of coolio. So I'm gonna hold on to that. So now this is gonna go like that, pretty much. And that'll go like right there. So now all the campsites are, and now these will flip. So that should be the crashed plane. And the white tree. Okay. So, and then, oh, sorry, whenever I had to read stuff. Whenever I read reach the assistant rescue space, read hidden text 45. I have a couple things to read. A flight of stairs leads you up above the rising water. For the moment, your path is blocked by a door of stone. The fit seems tight. Could the chamber beyond be sealed from the floods? You push the stone that opens the door. It slides into a recess into the wall, and your torchlight reveals a simple cubicle cell. A bearded man sits on the floor. He raises his head and you gaze upon the gaunt face of Professor Kutil. Kutil blinks in confusion for 2 heartbeats, and he clambers to his feet and staggers towards the door. "Don't close it! Don't close it!" he begs. Of course, you have no intention of slamming the door on your old friend, especially not in these circumstances. Kutil joins your party outside the cell, and the ancient walls resound with so many greetings, so many expressions of gratitude, astonishment, and joy, that nothing can be understood amongst the babble of voices except that Kutil had been found alive, and everyone is glad of that. But the waters in the temple continue to rise, and this happy reunion must not be prolonged. "My friend," Kutil says, I am glad you have found me, but there is no way out of here. Head back through the waters while you still have strength to fight them. Leave me now. Be swift. Having finally found Kutil, you cannot now abandon him to a watery doom or a pitch-dark cell. You will have strength for yourself and for him as well. To win, your magnifying glass and Professor Kutil's figures must reach the top row. Alright. And then I read hidden text 43. Yes. Every chamber you enter, the water rushes in. Every stair you climb, the water rises. How could the water rise this fast? How could it rise this high? You fear for the people with you, but also for those you left behind. If the waters are this high within the temple, your campsite must be flooded. Yep, so it just basically tells you that the campsite's flooded, and these are now the only campsites available. Okay, so now to win, I have to get all of us out of here, which is fine by me, because that's my goal. Am I gonna win by just solely focusing on that? Probably not, especially with this dog shit hand. But I am pretty sure I am on round 5, so this hand should be okay. So first things first, I have 3 compasses. I need a bunch of tablets, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is use my guy as a free action to get a tablet. I mean, I don't need a tablet, but I also have no... Well, no, this going there would get me one. That's also not bad. Because I don't need my journal to go up any higher, actually. No, I don't. So that was kind of the best place for my journal to go, but I'll start getting fear. Okay. So then the first action I think I'm going to do is use my falconry to go here, and that will get me a ruby. I also forgot to shuffle their actions. Yeah, rubies I feel like are going to be a little tough to come by. Luckily I have my parrot that can go fetch me one. So now I can at least advance my magnifying glass, which will... But I don't really want to level him up, though. No, actually, that's not bad anymore, because I don't need tablets as much for the rest of this trip. Alright, so now they're going to get the item worth the most money, which is the cat. Very curious to see how many points they're going to get from items alone. Oh, I also forgot that the coffee is gone, and this is gone. So now we will have Guardian's Ocarina, return a place worker on the board. Each of my travel icons count as a plane this round. That's pretty good. And Serpent's Gold, just a fear and 4 money. Well, that's not nothing. Okay, so that was that. Ooh, each of my things counts as a plane. That's pretty good. So I think I will actually use Professor Kutil's diary, and my journal is on... yeah, it's actually on the 5th row, so I get all of these. So I'm going to get a compass. I am going to get to draw a card. Oh, sweet. I'm going to get to exile a card, which will be a fear. Then, going to be them. And they're going to go... Oh, interesting. Actually, yeah, so where do they go now? Nowhere, right? Yeah. Interesting. I completely forgot that they wouldn't have anywhere to place after that. After the coastal flooding. I guess they just don't go anywhere. Huh. Okay. Well, that's that. So pretty much they're... Because it says these count as campsites, but there's no way to actually run what these say to make up for those, so I guess they just don't go anywhere, because I can't also go there. That's what I'm going to do. Then we are going to... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And get... Do I have a... I do have a placed worker. Okay. So I'm going to get my Guardian's Ocarina and return a placed worker, and each of my travel icons counts as a plane this round. Stone Jar lets you draw. Okay. Not doing anything. That would be the arrowhead spot. Yeah, I am going to have to rely on some sites to be able to get certain items. And then we are going to now spend the sphere as an ocarina, or as an ocarina, using the ocarina as a plane, so that'll give me 2 tablets and a gold. And they're going to get the item that's the most expensive, which is now this Serpent's Gold. Then we are going to use this. Oh, I don't have an arrowhead. I don't have a way to... Oh, I do have a way to get it. Okay. We are going to use that fear to go there and get an arrowhead and a compass. Perfect. Yes, this will be cool. Alright, so we're in round 3. Still just going to be a regular location. Going to be here. Oh, that's a really good spot now. That's almost perfect. Getting 2 tablets and then doing a trade to get the arrowheads that I need. That's pretty sexy. I enjoy that quite a bit. And I think I'm actually going to discard this card, spending that arrowhead and this to actually defeat this Guardian. Do I do it now? I don't think drawing a card right now is going to be any good, but I'm basically doing it to not get the fear. And the hand lens, I think I will, well, let's see what happens. Okay, so they're not going to a compass site. So I could send my Falcon back to get a coin, which would be 2 coins. And I could buy the hand lens, which would let me draw, I am going to do that. Gonna get the 2 coins to get the hand lens, because at the very least, I will get to choose 2 of these options right now. Because I don't know what number I'm on right now. It doesn't actually say. But that's that. Oh, this will slide down. Journal. Exile this card to research with your journal token for free. That's pretty good. So I've sent all my people. My Falcon keeps coming back with money. And the Falcon's ability, like, if you start accelerating it, it could be really good because you can just activate a campsite, level 1 or level 2, for free. But actually, to go there, I didn't need to get rid of a card. I could have... Actually, so I can do something. Instead of sending my parrot to go there, I will actually use my lady assistant to get a compass and a boat, which lets me go there. So now, I will actually use that Guardian to draw. Okay, because now I can use my parrot to discard a card to get a ruby, which is perfect right now. And they're not going to the ruby spot, so the next one they're going to do is definitely just grab all of those items, which is, they're not getting that lucky, which is good for me, because they've basically been 1 points. But, going to spend a tablet and a thing, tablet and a compass to move that up, which will let me unexhaust this guy, which kind of sucks, because I really like him, because he gives me a tablet if I choose, but now it's a compass and a car. And research. So just getting these 3, the journal, all that. They're literally just like, yeah, taking every single item from camp. Which now there's a plane and a fishing rod, and all those are good. I don't have any money for any of those. So then, and they're gonna get rid of the one with the most, but I'm probably not gonna keep exiling those because they don't get anything for them, and I already have 2. So now, to keep Professor Kutil up, I have until the end of round 4. That might be doable. I'm actually really close to getting up there. I'm already shuffling these. Yep, so now gonna spend a tablet and a ruby to move him up. They've passed, and I guess I'll use him just to get a compass. Stone jar. Nah, that just lets me draw. Might come in handy next round, but that will be it. I will also pass, so returning my peeps. No fear, because I got rid of all those. Unexhaust all my guys. And yeah, it is kind of weird that it doesn't say what they do for them, but I guess that they're not doing anything. They're not searching for Kutil. They're just packing up camp. So we'll go at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they're going to be going first. Exiling this one, the obsidian earring, and the aeroplane. So now I get something if I can get Kutil to the temple by this round. Coconut flask and guiding skull, as well as this now jumping right there. Cool. I'm really actually liking this chapter a lot. For some reason, just the water moving up. It's just like, mainly because I have fear of like the ocean or water, and certainly spelunking or being in a cave and with water rising. That's horrendous. This is a pretty good one here. Yes. So they're going first. Going to the non-existent tablet spot. So I need 2 arrowheads, a tablet, and 2 gold. Moving my... so I think I'm actually just going to use this cursed idol to send my person there to get the 2 tablets. Consider using the cursed idol to get an arrowhead, but I think I can at least get 1 arrowhead. Yep, that was my turn. Not go into the compass site because it doesn't exist. And then we are going to get an item for 2 less. Automobile is just worth 3 points, but I do need coins. Alright, so I need to find a way to get 2 arrowheads. Aha. Now I'm going to use my guy. Nope, I don't have... Oh wait, no, yeah, this will work. This will work. So, that's a trade. I was going to use my guy to send my person here, because then I can trade one of those tablets for a arrowhead. But that wouldn't be amazing. Do I want to discover a site? Are those any good right now? Yeah, he's not discovering too many sites. Yeah, I needed that plane. So let's, because the army belt's not amazing right now. but it does let me draw and unexhaust someone. So who? Okay, I only have the one person, but I think this might be the best option. So I'm gonna use her to get a compass and send my person there for that arrowhead and another compass. And then non-existent ruby spot. So then I will use my army belt to get an item for 2 or less. I need that gold, but I do have ways of getting gold. So I think I will get the automobile for 1 gold. Whoop. And then their turn. Okay, getting the... Oh, well first let's replenish. It's a chronometer. Getting a artifact with the most points. Runes of the Dead. Hey! That would give me a bunch of tablets. Alright, so I have my gold pan for free. Gonna sift through while I'm in the cave. I'm just like, maybe there's gold in here. Then I will use the arrowhead, a tablet, and a gold to move up. Bam. Which will be this last one. Lucky Stumble. This is very lucky. In your haste to escape, you stumble over a tablet. It seems to have been part of the nearby wall. Others like it are still attached to the wall by unknown means. So this, I'm going to examine the wall immediately, because that will get me a fear, but it will also get me an arrowhead. So I have quite a few fears in here, but that's an arrowhead that I need, and that is the 4th one, so I will get the dinghy. And that will go on top of my deck, so that will let me get a compass and gain another compass if I have a person on a site requiring a ship. So, which compasses are definitely not bad, but that was my turn. Go into the gold spot that doesn't exist. And to win, I just need to get him up there, so now I can. So that will be a tablet, a gold, and a compass. Wow. Arrowhead. So now he's up here. Cool. So now I still need an arrowhead. I have plenty of compasses. And so I need 2 arrowheads and 2 rubies. Getting the item worth the most points. Could be the chronometer. And notes on guardians. Yeah, a lot of ways to generate tablets, which I needed at that time. Who? Oh, actually. Man, this is going to be fascinating, but I think I could still pull it off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to spend 4 compasses to actually get the Runes of the Dead. Choose an opponent's deck. Yeah, to get the Runes of the Dead, which is going to get me a fear, get me a gold, and 3 tablets. Mortar! And their turn. They're going to research, so they're just going to get these 2. That's 3 points, so at least 13 points off of that. And then, now I have tablets. I'm going to use my tracking for free to get a compass. And I'm going to use these 3 tablets, because I don't need any more, 3 tablets. And that compass I just got to move my journal up, which will get me an arrowhead. And, oh my god, I actually have all 3 to be able to get my journal up here, which would give me an artifact for 3 less. Interesting. So it's the end. Ooh, I need to get him up there. Can I get a ruby for in any way. That would, I mean, that would get me the Mantle of Dusk, which if you have no cards in your hand, then draw 2 cards, otherwise gain a ruby. That's really good. Because otherwise I won't get those at all. Is that worth it? Oh, well, first it's round 4, so they're actually going to a second location. With a Guardian. And they want this one. So that doesn't have a... Interesting. So I think those just go there, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's a really good location, and literally exactly what I need. So I'm pretty sure I want, just for that, that's literally what I need. Like a compass, an arrowhead, and a ruby, just for going there to get everyone up. So I just need one way to generate a ruby. 3 money. Yeah, because I've sent all my people. I don't think I can get him there. Well, I could spend these 3 to be able to get my journal up, to get an artifact here for 3 less. Choose an opponent's deck, pick any card from the deck, and copy its effect, then place their card on top of their deck. I don't know if I could use that on the cards they've accumulated. So... So yeah, unfortunately... Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut my losses. So I'll use Animal Bonding and get a coin. And I will... Well, it's their turn, but they're going nowhere. So I think I will pass. So unfortunately, I didn't get him up to the spot by the end of round 4. Very close, but luckily that's not one of the conditions that I can see here. I mean, potentially moving that up and doing the stone jar to draw like a card might have come in clutch, but there's just no way of knowing that. So instead, I'm going to shuffle these. And then going to draw my cards. This is certainly not going to be a high-scoring game. Stone Jar gets exiled, and the Cursed Coin gets exiled. All of those slide down. Move a Guardian from a site you occupy to an unoccupied campsite and activate it, and flip over. Okay, so that's not... The Guardian's Fang isn't helping. This is now moving up. Yep. Okay. Then, got my 5 cards. Advance my Falcon. Yes. Okay, so what am I on? Okay, so my hand lens has to be super handy right now. Okay, so I need rubies. So I'm going to use my funding as a... Actually, no, I'm not. I don't need to use cards right now. I'm going to use my guy to get a compass and a car, and I'm just going to go there to get a ruby. Then they're going to go to the non-campsite, and just to solidify it, I'm going to spend the compass, the arrowhead, and the ruby to get mine right up there. Then they're gonna go and activate or get a perfect. Yeah. We're going to activate this, so that'll be a duplicate. And this one, which won't be a duplicate. So they're going to go right here for the second, but there will be no guardian. Whoop. Actually, instead of going here, I'm going to go here. So I will spend the funding and my guy for the 2 cars. So that'll be a fear and then one of each. Yeah, so I should just have that and a compass. Yep, okay. Because I only had the 1 ruby. Nice. So because I don't need a tablet, I'm going to spend the tablet to do my ocarina to place one of these back. And yep, that was my turn. Each of my travel icons counts as a plane this round. They're going to get the highest valued artifact. And then we are going to... Do I have any way to advance my... I don't. So I'm going to use my hand lens, and I get to choose all 3 of these because my compass is certainly way up there, so that's going to let me draw a card. Great. And get a coin and get a tablet. They're not going anywhere. It's because there's no tablet spot. Then I will use a fear to act as a plane. Yeah, I'm going to go there to get the ruby. They're going to grab the 1 item that's left and get rid of someone. Ooh, Precision Compass lets you buy an artifact with a discount of 3. So now, just to get it over with, I'm going to spend the arrowhead, the compass, and the ruby to get Professor Kutil up there. Yay! So I do win. I do win there. And then I'm going to use this dinghy to get a compass for free. Going to activate her to get a compass. And then we are going to spend the compass and discard a card to overcome this guardian. Get some points at least. And they're going to the compass site. Yeah, in terms of victory points, I don't think I'm going to be doing all that well. Because, well, any of these locations going to work? Probably, actually, yeah, I might get something out of it. So I'm going to use my falcon to get a tablet and a plane, and I'll use my plane to send them there for 2 tablets. And I will turn in one of those tablets for an arrowhead. Yep. Go into the arrowhead spot that doesn't count. So now I can move my journal up, which will let me get an artifact for 3. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So arrowhead, tablet, and a coin. Move that up, letting me get... I mean, I'm still going to get a bunch of points actually just from my journal being there. So getting an artifact for 3 less. What? Choose an opponent. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to get the Guardian's loot, which will let me draw a card and unflip a Guardian. actually, this might be pretty cool. Then for free, I'm going to flip that Guardian. That lets me draw a card. Alright, I'm drawn into some fun, wacky stuff. Oh, that was free. Then I'm going to play my Professor Kutil's Diary. That lets me draw a card. And get a compass. And trash a card, or exile a card. So I'll at least get rid of one fear. And that was my action. And gonna get the most valued item. And now, what do I have? I don't have the arrowhead. That makes me sad. Ooh, actually. No, because I can flip that one to get an arrowhead. I think I have just enough of everything. Yep. So I'm going to play my parrot and discard a card to get a ruby. And for my last action, spend a ruby, 2 tablets, a compass, a coin, and an arrowhead. Wow. Wow. That was just dumb luck of being able to get that 11. And that's it. That's all that I have. So I'm not getting those artifacts over there. I only got 2 Guardians and just 1 spot away from getting Kutil out of there at the end of round 4. But that's all right. So now we end. I don't think there's like any reason, so the game will be over, but we do advance this because my journal is not underneath it, so I'm not getting any extra fear. And now we will score. Yeah. Alright, so in terms of where the journal and so that's going to be 23 plus 17, so that's 40 points for me. And they don't have that. Then any of these artifacts will be, so that's going to be 11. And they don't have any. Then idols, they're going to get, so I'm not 100% on what happens, because like the way these work, these go on, can you see that? I think you can. Not really. But they collect idols, but if they ever get duplicates, they go into like, they're not worth as much. But there's some in here that is not a spot on the board, so we'll just say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, so 20 points for idols for them. I'm just getting the spots I didn't cover up, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10. And then Guardians, they didn't do. I got 2 Guardians, so that's 10. Oh, yeah, no, I did that one. So now we go into cards. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 there. And then fear cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So net 11 on that, and they don't get fear, but they get a bunch of items. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 29, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36. Yeah. 36. So they just got 56 points. And I completely smoked them. So 40, 50, 60. Yeah, 40, 50, 60, 71, 82. Yeah, 82. Which is actually their score from the last game. That's really funny. So, let's read. What happens if you win? You win if you don't lose. Oh, okay, is that what happens? That is, you need to get your magnifying glass and Kutil's figure to the temple. Out of breath and soaking wet, You and Professor Kutil emerge from the doorway at the top of the temple and once again see the light of day. Your campsite on the beach has been moved to higher ground. Everyone is safe. Scanning Arnak's shoreline, you see a strange ship anchored offshore. Antoinette's expedition is heading in that direction. What could this mean? What could it mean? What could it mean? Okay. So that was chapter 4, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I'll do my little check mark thing off camera, and if I unlock anything, I'll read it next time. But other than that, stick around for the rest of the series. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.